Today we are going to say something about the difference between keeping the aim, keeping the aim in life in terms of sticking to the particular goals that you have selected for yourself and working to realize those goals, and keeping the values. Um, the benefits of keeping the aim should be obvious. If one is able to maintain focus, and if one is able to work diligently and consistently towards a specific aim without losing sight of the aim, whatever the distractions, then one is much more likely to achieve that aim. However, if we focus on aims alone, uh, we risk being caught in a situation where many people today find themselves and decide that they need a counseling. And that is a situation where you have a plethora of aims and you basically work to achieve each and every one of them, such as financial stability, optimal health, responsibility towards your family and children, especially, responsibility towards the society, the need to maintain a social reputation, etc., etc. And this is extremely exhausting, and in the end, this leads to a situation where people often ask themselves why they're living, what the purpose of their living is, what the meaning of their life is. This is why one of the most dominant questions today in psychotherapy is that philosophical question about the meaning of life. People experience anxiety, depression, uh, suicidal episodes, and all kinds of psychopathological phenomenology because they lack a sense of meaning in life. So you can maintain, in other words, you can maintain a focus on your aims. You can stick to your aims and still lose meaning in life, because aims are not parts of meaning in life. Aims are instruments. Aims are specific aspects, specific sort of uh, specific points which may or may not contribute to your realization of a meaning in life. What ensures that you will have a meaning, a sense of meaning of your life, is your values. And this is where you need to maintain your focus. What are your values? And this is closely associated with the question of who you are. How do you perceive yourself? Many people today, when you talk to them therapeutically, they don't really know who they are. And they are looking for answers as to what kind of person they are, what their values are, what it is that they like. They even forget what they like. They know what they like superficially and what they dislike superficially. Then everybody likes pleasure and dislikes pain. They don't really know what brings them pleasure. So a focus on our values, a focus on who we are, may allow us to shift our aims, especially in various stages of our lives. When we are young, we may have all sorts of aims, and this is probably associated with our need to establish ourselves in society. But when we are older, our needs would naturally shift to different ones, would change. So we can only do that authentically if we are aware of what our fundamental values are. If my values are loyalty to my friends, loyalty to my family, loyalty to my child, uh, the need to have an optimal life experience in terms of being relaxed and being creative in ways which come from deep inside me and which I don't always anticipate, then my life will have one flow and one shape. But if my aims are to compete with others and maintain a position of relative power and influence in my community, then my life will be different. But I need to be aware of my aims, and a large part of psychotherapy uh, is for it to be a process which will allow us to become aware of our aims. And this is also a part of education. This is why I think secondary education today is far more important than university education, because universities are crumbling. They are basically caving in under enormous administrative and ideological pressures. And the future of higher education may well not be in the universities. It may be within elite groups like in ancient times, gathered around a leader or a set of values or a particular philosophical school of thought. in whatever the discipline, but secondary education will remain crucial. And it is at the level of secondary education that we teach children to find meaning in their lives. And we not only teach them the subjects, it is only a minor part of what teachers do. Secondary teachers are important figures in the constitution and articulation of the values of their students and in their future lives. And good secondary teachers help create happy and productive and meaningful personalities who will have a meaningful life experience. So it is the focus on values throughout the education, the focus on personality, the focus on our ability to influence our own preferences, our own decisions, and our ability to change, our ability to shift our preferences in various stages of our lives, at various stages of our lives, that really marks a good education. The same applies to life in general. I mean, focus on goals allows you to remain grounded in your key normative preferences, in your key normative assumptions about life, wherever you are, whoever you are with, whereas a focus on aims may well estrange you from your goals. So today there's a lot of discussion about this topic in both clinical psychology and in counseling and in the theories of education. And there's a lot of focus on the goals. Stick to the goals, stick to the aims, be aware of what you need to do, don't allow many distractions, etc., etc. But there's little awareness of the fact that it is goals who decide, it is values that decide, that determine who we are, rather than our aims. And this is why value-laden education, especially secondary education, is crucial to our understanding of the reality we find ourselves in, the educational process, the structure of our very existence, our relationships with others, and our ability to negotiate difficulties.